Hey, what's up everybody? Andrew Wall here, bringing you some Star Wars Battlefront 2 Heroes vs. Villains MVP gameplay here from Darth Maul. You've probably seen your score screens in Heroes vs. Villains. Darth Maul showing up on there all the time. I'm going to show you why in this gameplay. It's kind of easy to get MVP with Darth Maul. I'll be perfectly honest, I'm not trying to brag on how good my skills are, but it's kind of easy because of his damage against newer players. But the gameplay's really exciting here, and you're kind of got these rooftop battles, you're on these bridges, and this map is gorgeous. Let me tell you about the abilities. On your left card, you basically have the saber throw. It's kind of a vertical sort of saber throw. It's actually relatively difficult to hit at longer ranges, at mid-long range. A little easier to hit at short range, but it's got a really thin hitbox, getting Jedi mind-tricked by Rey. So that's one thing that can counter Darth Maul really effectively. Rey can use that mind trick, which reverses your controls and makes you go the opposite direction that you're pressing on your WASD, and I just fell right off the edge there, just straight up. So great job, Rey. That's a great way to counter Darth Maul if you're being frustrated by having Darth Maul jump you. I mean, he's got crazy mobility. Look at that jump distance. He's also got the pounce on his right card, which has 2 charges, missing with the saber throw there. So you see how kind of thin the hitbox is there with saber throw. But once you get in range as Darth Maul, look at that. Using my jump ability there, I fell off the edge. So this is the reason why I'm bringing you this gameplay. You can exploit Darth Maul's mobility by positioning yourself on this map or any other map right next to the edge. Darth Mauls that are experienced will not be using their pounce ability or jump or using a lot of their mobility advantage against you. Look at that! I pounced to get the kill that time though. Come on, that one was worth it. That was okay. Shenanigans, that's the only shenanigans for this video. I was shenanigansing it up pretty hard at the beginning of this gameplay. I promise you, I got MVP this game and actually played fairly decent for the rest of the game. I just thought this one was so entertaining, I wanted to bring it to you. Anyway, the pounce headshot kill there to jump off the edge for the 3rd time in the first couple minutes. My allies are probably like, what is going on with this Maul right now? Okay, cool. It's time to try hard. It's time to win the game now. Jedi mind trick, but notice I'm not on the bridge. And so the Rey was able to corner me there, use the mind trick on me, and take me down relatively quickly. Only 3 kills and 4 deaths. And this is primarily because of my over-aggression in tight spaces and falling off the edge, and Rey using the mind trick on me, which is a great counter to Darth Maul, and I'd say it's a great counter also to Kylo Ren as well. I mean, it's a counter to other characters like blaster users and what have you, but it's primarily a counter against melee attacks because it makes it really difficult to position yourself to actually kill anyone in melee range. It's all about you know, dunking and dodging left and right and moving forward and backward and having pretty perfect positioning to land those saber shots. They're not that easy to hit, but it is what it is. Okay, cool. So now that we're in tight quarters, this is where Darth Maul is going to shine. Now I can freely use my pounce ability on my right card. There it is. There's the force choke throw ability on my top card. That ability, incredibly effective for displacing enemies and disrupting them, essentially. Don't go, heads up, right against a Han Solo like I was trying to do there. Han Solo can burst you down. I think he might end up taking me down here. If he doesn't, he gets real close. Yeah, when I'm playing Han Solo, if you pop your top card with Han Solo, you essentially do burst damage with your blaster. You can pump those burst damage blaster shots directly into the head of whatever force user is coming at you and just take them down immediately. It's amazing. So as a blaster user, don't think that you're less powerful or you don't have tools at your disposal to take down a force user who's charging at you. Just save your abilities for the appropriate time. Oh, chucking Rey in a random direction there. It's so disruptive. Like, you fly a random direction, then you're on the ground, then you're getting hit. It's pretty rough. So notice how the sharpshooter ability, that was what I was just talking about a moment ago. I went straight up, heads up on Han Solo. I did not flank him, and he just ended up wrecking me with the sharpshooter ability. Probably put a number of those shots in my head. Unable to see that on my UI, but that's how I take Darth Maul down that quickly as he did. So now that I'm the target, I'm going to be getting a lot of heat. So you need to make a decision at this point. Do you want to be an aggressive target, or do you want to be a defensive target? And generally as Darth Maul, you want to be an aggressive target, but be aggressive to take down their attack target, not to take down their kind of secondary targets. And so right here I make a big mistake of going 2 versus 1 versus a Rey. I mean, come on, what was I doing there? So I want you guys to learn from my gameplays, learn from my mistakes. Even though I got MVP and I was the most productive points-wise hero in this game, I make a lot of mistakes, as you can see from this gameplay. And do not go 2v1. That's rule number 1. And rule number 2 is definitely don't go 2v1 when there's a Rey there. Her Jedi mind trick will just crush you. Really, as a Darth Maul, try to avoid Rey unless you're in like a group fight and Rey is distracted and you can flank Rey, then go after her. Otherwise, she's gonna destroy you, man. There's a hard counter for Darth Maul. It's called Rey, my friends. So be real careful against Reys, and if you can, get practice in heads-up battles versus Reys. Practice your dodges, your left, right, backward, forward dodges, and try to juke her on positioning. Because just straight up, in terms of the comp of the characters, she's just better than you in 1v1. She just is. Okay, finally I hit a saber throw there. She used the Jedi mind trick on me while I was trying to choke throw her. Look at that, she just takes me out again. And I just keep making the same mistake. So if you take anything away in this gameplay, take away the fact that going heads up versus Rey as Darth Maul or Kylo Ren is a dubious decision. Anyway, let's go ahead and punish everybody else in the game. Notice how easily I handle most other characters in the game other than Rey. Like even Yoda has a hard time dealing with Darth Maul. Han Solo is okay versus Darth Maul. Certainly Lando Calrissian has a rough time dealing with Darth Maul. Bosk can do okay against you, assuming that he can keep you at a distance. I noticed what I did that time. That was the correct way for Darth Maul to play against a Rey, at least to my knowledge right now, which is just chuck the saber at her, do some bonus damage, and maybe jump on her if she gets knocked down or she gets in a vulnerable position, something like that. But certainly don't go heads up on her. I'm dashing away there simply because I think that Han Solo popped a sharpshooter and he was trying to burst me. Now I'm gonna try to flank him. He did a nice little juke there. That wasn't his dodge ability, but he did a nice little juke to the side to dodge my dash ability, my pounce ability on my right card. Good job. That Han is actually pretty decent. Unfortunately, this Lando Calrissian is at the wrong place at the wrong time, just racking up free points there. Cool. So I'm the next target. I want to be very, very careful. Yoda's way out of position, getting 3v1'd there, so sorry, man. You're done. And new targets are being acquired. No, there's Rey. The Jedi mind trick's so rough. I'm avoiding Rey this time. I think I finally learned my lesson during this gameplay. Taking down Han Solo. He was targeting, I think, Kylo Ren there, and while he was doing that, I was able to close ground on him without him focusing me. His pistol, think of Han Solo, I don't know, for those of you that have played Overwatch, think of his pistol as a McCree from Overwatch style pistol. It does butt loads of damage. If he puts those shots into your head, he will take you down in just a handful of shots, so don't underestimate it. Lando Calrissian, not as much. Anyway, that's the MVP gameplay today. I hope you guys learned something from my mistakes in this game. Hope you enjoyed watching this kind of frantic gameplay with Darth Maul. The #1 way to support my channel, I need your help, guys. Subscribe, enable notifications, and watch every frickin' video for Battlefront I release. There's that beautiful MVP screen. My name is Andrew Wall, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.